at least several people were checking the content of the article.
ちょっと待った。Twitch がさ、No NFTs ってすごい叫んでんだけどさ、メタバースと NFT 全く関係ないやろ。落ち着いて。
あ、そうそう。まず聞こう。もうちょっと面白い話だよ。
we're hearing things. We're seeing the comments in Twitch saying no NFTs, but just wanted to clarify, like NFTs and the metaverse are like unrelated to each other, and what we're discussing here is a bit more interesting than that.
14に NFT なんか入らないから、あとやめて。
And there's no way we're going to be including. We're not going to be including NFTs in 14, so
you hear it here first,
I think we can
folks.
drop this subject.
No NFTs in 14.
We need to calm down a little bit.
落ち着いて。
Y'all need to calm down.
でまあそんなので770行ぐらいの原稿になってたんですよ。そしたら昨日ですね、昨日締め切りだったんだよね。そしたらね、入らないから330行にしてくれって言われて、ちょっと待ってよって。
びっくりした。
あれびっくりしたね。
閉じたもん。すぐあったと思ってメール閉じちゃった。
And so we were looking at this article, we were making sure that everything is good, and we were proofreading it, and then it turned out to be about 770 lines of text. And I believe the deadline was yesterday, so we were trying to get it done, but when we received the feedback, it was like, oh, I'm sorry, this article won't fit in the space allocated, so could you reduce it down to 330 lines? And we were all like, what?
Yeah, I just closed my email.
Right.
Straight up.
Just close my eyes.
昨日それを結局夜中までかかってなんとか330行348行ぐらいにして、もう俺の本文は削りようがないから、なんか他で削れそうなところは提案しとくから、あとは編集さん側でなんとかお願いしますっていう大惨事があった。
And so I tried my best to narrow it down and I did my best, but like it was still 348 lines and I couldn't cut any further out of what I had said. So I returned it to the editor saying that, hey, I'm gonna make some more suggestions of where you can cut, but I can't cut any more of what I had said. And so that was the issue that was happening behind the scenes.
まあこれはでもねしょうがなくて、実は僕ら長年やっぱりこうゲームインダストリーでインタビューとか取材が多くて、やっぱウェブ媒体、その紙があったとしてもウェブ掲載もありますみたいなので、文字数溢れてもまあ掲載の、なんだろう機会ってどっかにあるだろうから、フルバージョンっていう形でやれればっていうのがそれも全員にあったんですけど、やっぱりこう経済誌とか、その紙面とかになってくると、でやっぱりここまでこだわって構成する人があんまりいないんだろうなと思っていて、だからやっぱりこう今後はその文字数とかその1行あたりの文字数とかっていうのをきっちり事前に仕様を聞いた上で構成するならした方がいいかなっていうのが今回のまあ学びでしたねっていう。
Okay, I'm gonna be lazy, and I'm just gonna stand here.
I think it's the way we write articles nowadays, considering the game industry and the different interviews that are being held, and a lot of media nowadays, even if they have a print media, they typically have like a web version of whatever article they write. So if something doesn't fit in the print version, it could always be used as further content on the web version. And I think the team was kind of under that assumption for this interview as well. And so I think this was more like a financial paper that we had to interview for, and it was more like a print media. And I think there's just fewer and fewer places that have a very sort of strict limitation on how they structure their articles. And so it was definitely a learning point for me to understand how many characters and or how many letters need to fit in a certain line of text before I had went into it with our sort of edits.
そんな中宣伝チームから今朗報が届きまして、 調整版で問題なく受領いただけましたという
So it was a
ありがとうございます。
Yeah, I can see
And
where
it seems
the
like
metaverse
we have
NFTs
approval
and
with the
other
updated version of the
discussions
article.
stuff
Hooray!
come
Our
in
edits were
at
accepted.
this point.
でまあもうテストなんでそろそろ終わんないとあれだけど、一個だけさっきね結構その NFT に対して NFT は反対だっていう声がまあ Twitch 中心に特にね海外の人たちすごくナーバスになってると思うんだ。まあスクエアニックスの社長の松田が昇進表明みたいな形で今年の話を出したからちょっとやっぱりナーバスになってるなっていうところがあるなと思います。
And I do want to touch upon, oh, well, I know we are doing just our test broadcast, so we need to end soon, but we did notice a lot of reactions from especially the Western users about the NFTs, many comments about how you are opposed to NFTs. I do understand that our CEO, Matsuda, had commented on the concept of NFT in his sort of New Year's greetings, in his messaging, and there may be a bit of sensitivity, a little bit of nervousness happening around the topic.
でまあはっきりさっきも言いましたけど14でもう一切なんだろうゲームデザイン上そういうものじゃないので、やる気はないのでまずそれは安心してもし不安に思ってるんだったら安心してほしいそれも明言しておくのでやらないです。はい。
And I did mention it earlier, but based on how Final Fantasy XIV is designed, we don't intend on incorporating any sort of NFT element in the game at this point. So if anybody is worried or concerned about it, I can clearly state at this time that we do not have any intentions to incorporate that into the game.
ただ見てると NFT をいわゆるマイニングされたものをただ掘り返すものなんじゃないかっていうふうにやっぱ勘違いしてる人もすごい多いなとは思ってるので、まあ、今度その海外の何かインタビューで、吉田さんが考えるその14とは関係なしにね吉田さんが考える NFT って何ですかみたいな機会があれば、しっかりその新しいビジネスモデルでゲームが面白くなる可能性があるものだとは思ってるので、ただそれに対してやっぱそれ専用のゲームデザインが必要だと思ってるんで、まあ、その辺一回こう詳しくというか、解説する機会があればね話してみようかなとは思ってるんで。まずはねみんなが思うような悪いことはならないし、ゲームはまずねお金がどうこういう前にやっぱ面白いかどうかとかまあファンであるっていうことが最優先だと思ってるんでそこはね安心してもらいたいです。はい。
That's a
But
lot to
looking at
translate.
how people are reacting to the subject matter, there also seems to be a good amount of people who may have it misconstrued as something that this is like a mining effort, that's something that you are digging up. And there might be some misconception about what exactly an NFT is. And so I would love, if there is an opportunity to speak to the subject of NFTs in an interview or something that's probably, not probably, I'm sorry, in an interview that is completely unrelated to Final Fantasy XIV. Because it is an opportunity for a new business model. And I do believe that the vehicle itself could potentially be something that makes the concept of a video game a little bit more interesting.
Okay. I'm not done.
But that being said, we would need a specific game design that would accommodate for that concept of NFTs. And so if there ever is an opportunity to go into it in deeper detail, I would like to sort of talk about it. And I think there's a potential of utilizing it without going in a wrong direction or like a bad direction. And with any sort of video game, I think before we even talk about the financials or like monetary discussions, I think we need to make sure that the game itself is fun and are there fans of the game? And so I think that's a very important piece that we still need to keep in mind with games.
さあ、というわけでまあ、簡単に言うと14に NFT が入ったり来たりしないので安心してねって話なので以上です。じゃあテスト終わって少し休憩したら本番行きましょうか。
はい。
But yeah, again, no NFTs in FF14, so don't worry. But yeah, I think that's it for now. We will take a little bit of a break and then we will get into the main part
That
of the
conversation
podcast.
got a little bit dangerous.
Alright,
I was
so
like,
the
oh, yeah.
letter live will
I was
kick
like,
off in
yeah,
15
bye.
minutes.
That was
11
yeah, bye.
a.m. 本番はこの後15分後11時、午前11時から始まりますので、一旦このままアフターに戻りますが、そのままページほっといていただければ始まりますので、
Was I not behind the
また
rock?
後ほどお会いしましょう。So we are going back to the cover image, but see you in 15 minutes. では一旦失礼します。See you later.